passions to make that art into a living. We've asked all kinds of people how they got started. We got a great list of stories of how they got started. I want to start with you guys and add you to that list of getting started. I'll start, of course, Seth, with the singer in the band. Sam, tell us how you got started in this wacky music business.
Yeah, Seth, you have to wait. You have to wait your turn, Seth.
He's used to that. No problem.
I'm used to it.
Casey and Noah and I have been actually making music together since we were in middle school, man. I remember being in 7th grade listening to, you know, Red Hot Chili Peppers and listening to bands like Incubus. Incubus was one of my favorites back in the day, man. Like, you know, we had these high hopes and aspirations even back then, and we're in bands, you know, in and out of bands with different people, and so yeah, I mean, technically we've been doing this since we were like 12 years old, you know, but we just stuck with it and kept writing songs. They were all the songs we wrote back then were just so terrible. They were so terrible, but you just kept doing it, and you sort of get a feel for it, and eventually you start figuring out who you are, you know, and what kind of songs you make, and that takes a long time. It's not an overnight process. I mean, for some people maybe it is. For us, it was not. You know, we wanted to do this since we were kids, and then we decided to move to New York and make it a reality, and we went to college keeping that in mind the whole time we were in school. You know, everyone made sure that they had enough room in their schedule, not only for their classes, but also for band practice, and you know, made sure that we could, if we were going out of town to do a tour, that we'd clear with everyone, and we, you know, took a lot of risks like that. I think some of our grades probably suffered for that. And tortured our parents a little bit. But yeah, you know, it's just you got to put your 10,000 hours in.
Yeah, it's funny to hear you, because it's so funny how so many artists, they start the same way. It starts with a passion. They all claim that they suck. You sounded like Brandon Boyd there, you know, and I'll say from my perspective.
I can't even, I think I have video. I think I have some old videos that I could probably dig up sometime and show you. Not live on air, obviously, 'cause I don't want to embarrass myself.
I got a couple old videos of Incubus playing a couple of house parties that are pretty precious stuff, too.
Man.
Seth Callan, not Allen. I apologize. I knew I was going to do that. Just so you guys know out there, I used to have a great assistant by the name of Seth Allen, right, who I still can't get out of my mind. So I know who you are, Seth Callan. Tell us how you got started in the business.
Well, I got started being a musician. I'm a singer-songwriter myself, and I had met a band in college called Jukebox the Ghost, who I started managing pretty early on, you know, when I was 19. And at the time, I didn't quite know what that meant. I booked them shows, I handed out flyers, I did whatever I could, and then, you know, that kind of just slowly became a career because it was something I was also studying in college, and, you know, picked up other bands, had various internships and, you know, consulting gigs or assisting other managers here and there. But, you know, I was fortunate and lucky enough to work with a couple great bands early on. And then, you know, post-college, about a year or two later, I joined a company called MCT, where I was at for 3 years, and that's when I started working with ex-ambassadors. And then, you know, just recently, a couple months ago, left that and started my own thing, which was actually the name of my company I started in college, This Side Up. So I sort of revived that and brought it back.
Love it.
Hey, Seth, you should still hand out flyers at our show. What are you doing?
It never ends, Sam. Come on, we're all out here pitching.